I know the darkness you silently face. When the weight of loneliness crushes your chest and sadness floods your soul, I feel every drop of pain your spirit sheds. I prepared this encounter because I heard the silent cry of your wounded heart. If this divine voice is already touching your soul, leave a comment below with your name, the country, state, and city where you are receiving this embrace, and what time it is on your clock now. I want to feel your presence in time and space. Let your soul cry out and write in the comments, "Lord my God, I am here. I signed up because I love you and want to hear you." This is your cry of surrender, a pure sigh from one who trusts in my unconditional love. I ask that you subscribe to this dwelling of light. Leave your loving support by liking this message. Activate the celestial notification bell and remain united with me until the very last moment. I will give an absolutely clear answer at the end of this journey. A powerful phrase will be whispered to your heart if you remain, and whoever writes this phrase at the end will receive prophetic blessings released in pure faith. My beloved daughter, the silence within you has been an invisible storm. You have carried a burden of helplessness that no one else understands, demonstrating strength while your essence withers from longing and lack of direction. I know the knot that suffocates your hope and the cold feeling that love and the world have abandoned you. But the book of Psalms in chapter 34, verse 18, reveals that I, your Creator, am always near to those who have a broken heart and save those who are crushed in spirit. You have not been forgotten in the desert of emotions. Your invisible pain is completely understood by me. Your loneliness is the exact setting where my mercy will bring forth new life. There is a divine mystery in this emptiness you feel now. I am removing the old roots of your pain to prepare your heart for something redeeming. But there is a hidden embrace, an eternal truth about your next steps that I still need to reveal. If your spirit decides to trust and continue to listen to me. If my spirit has brought calm to your anguish, leave your like as an invisible seal of faith. Subscribe so that our intimacy is not lost. Share this balm as a genuine act of love for other weary hearts. Tell me now, what does your deepest pain yearn to cry out to me today? Seal this moment by writing the word "welcome" in the comments. Your heart has often questioned where I was when deep sadness invaded your dark dawns. Your spirit feels the weight of all the years that have passed, the painful absences, the marks of time, and the dreams that seem to have been forgotten in the ashes of your memories. A feeling of immense emptiness tries to convince your soul that you walk completely alone, bearing burdens that no one else sees. But the book of the prophet Isaiah, in chapter 41, verse 10, brings my eternal decree for your life. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you, I will help you, I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. In every silent anguish that threatened to suffocate your soul, my invisible hands were sustaining your spirit so that you would not succumb to pain. My embrace never depended on your ability to understand the mysteries of heaven, but on the unwavering certainty that you are my beloved daughter, forged in my love. I never at any moment let you go. The strength that has kept you firm until this very moment of your journey did not come from your own human resistance, but from my divine breath blown directly upon your weakness. And there is a magnificent purpose, a greater spiritual reason for me to have allowed you to feel all this human fragility of yours. There is a great mystery of healing and transformation that I'm about to pour over your story, a promise that will change the color of your days, if you will only heed my voice calling you to the next step. If the warmth of this celestial embrace has brought relief and peace to your weary soul, leave your taste as a true sign that you receive my profound comfort. Subscribe to this sacred dwelling so you never lose your way back to my fatherly arms. Share this divine affection as a gesture of pure love for another soul who also cries in the secret of their pain. Tell me now, in the most intimate place of your thoughts, what is the anguish that your spirit cries out for me to take away today? Seal your true surrender by writing the word "supported" in the comments. The old wounds and rejections you keep in the secret of your soul have served as a bitter burden, stealing your sleep and your peace. But I am the divine potter, and your soul is the clay moistened by your own tears. The Apostle Paul wrote in the second letter to the Corinthians, chapter 12, verse 9, that my grace is sufficient for you, For my power is made perfect in your weakness. When you feel worthless, fragile, and invisible to the world, it is precisely at that moment that my supernatural strength gains absolute space to operate in your essence. I am molding a new strength within your heart. If it is possible for you, only if it is possible, transform your gratitude at this moment into a seed of love for this channel. Consider my love and that of my Son, Jesus, and support using the link in the description of this video and in the pinned comment. There you will find the sacred place where your contribution of love can be deposited and consecrated before the Creator of all things. You can support with any amount. Always remember that only what fits in your heart is what I receive with pure love. The amount doesn't matter. What matters is the sincere love of your heart. For what is little for you can be a great miracle of spiritual provision for the one who receives it. Whoever contributes any amount with a sincere heart, please remember to include your name and city with your offering of faith. On the first day of the following month, in a unique and special video on our channel and page, Divine Love, the Voice of God, your name will be remembered and mentioned in a heartfelt prayer of gratitude. For it is written in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 6, verse 38, "Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will be given to you." Each offering made in faith amidst your own dryness is a seed of living water before me, your Lord, and I will not fail to bear fruit in your own emotional desert. I watch in secret and reward in the sight of all. Stay until the end of this message, because I still want to touch your heart with my voice. I contemplate the greatness of your spirit and your pure intention to walk beside me, spreading comfort wherever you go. I know that sometimes, when trying to offer your loving support, unexpected barriers arise and the system rejects your contribution due to strict human security measures. My beloved, do not be distressed or discouraged if this happens on your first attempt. I only ask that you contact your card issuer and confirm that this gesture of love is genuine and desired by you. Then, try again with vigor and hope, renewing your valuable offer, for your support is the foundation that sustains this work of restoration and will be honored with abundant and infinite blessings. Our divine love deserves this effort. And know something very special. I will make sure to thank you personally. If your intention is pure, whether your contribution arrives now or faces some setback, I myself will reach out to you in an intimate and welcoming email. I will speak directly to you. I am gathering every drop of tears you shed in the darkness of the night to transform them into a river of lasting peace. However, there is a shadow of fear that still tries to chain your spirit, a revelation about your true identity that will forever break the shackles of your loneliness, and that is exactly what I am about to show you. If my promise to transform your anguish has brought light to your spiritual eyes, confirm it by liking this message of hope. Subscribe to this refuge so that our alliance grows with each sunrise. Share this word with someone who also needs to see their pain transformed into a powerful testimony. Answer me honestly now. What deep wound from the past do you wish me to convert into absolute healing today? Seal your prayer by writing the word "restored" in the comments. The dark night of your soul has seemed too long. I feel how despair tried to whisper that your story would end in the shadow of loneliness, that your best days were lost in time, and that there are no more reasons to smile with true peace. The weight of inner darkness tried to convince you that my light had abandoned you. But the psalmist recorded an unshakable truth in the book of Psalms, chapter 30, verse 5. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Your night of weeping is not your final destiny, my beloved daughter. The dawn of your sorrow is about to be pierced by the rays of my divine providence. I am dissipating the fog of sadness that has surrounded your feelings, bringing a dawn of peace that the world cannot comprehend, much less extinguish. Darkness can never overcome the living hope that I plant in your spirit. However, so that this light may remain lit within you every day and not be extinguished by the disappointments of this world, I have prepared a constant companion, a sacred remedy for your solitary journey, and I will reveal this celestial refuge to you right now if your heart opens to receive it. If this divine light has begun to warm the coldness of your soul, leave your like as proof of your faith in my new dawn. Subscribe to this spiritual beacon so that you never again wander groping in the dark. Share this glimmer of hope, like an invisible embrace for someone who cries in secret. Confide in me now, in the intimacy of our silence. What is the shadow of sadness that you implore me to dispel forever from your life? Seal this alliance of light by writing the word illuminated in the comments. To heal the oldest wounds in your heart and fill the moments when loneliness screams in your empty home, I will not leave you alone with your own thoughts and fears. If your heart desires to go deeper with me, I have left you a gift in the form of a journey, which I wrote with much love and care for all my beloved daughters and sons. The digital book, Devotional Divine Love, the Voice of God. It was prepared to be your companion in the early mornings, your daily remedy, to accompany you day after day, in silence and intimacy. Access is also available via the link in the description of this video and in the pinned comment. It is a gift with all my love and care, where the only cost will be your love, your presence with me, and your faith. And when you feel in your heart that you should support and contribute to our work and to divine love, the support buttons are in the same links. To shield our communication and protect our daily encounters, I have prepared 2 sacred and blessed havens, a WhatsApp group and a Telegram group. I ask that you enter these 2 spiritual homes so that our love and daily contact will never be broken by anything in this world. Through the same support and contribution link that you already know from the description and the pinned comment. If the storms of this world try to extinguish this space of divine love, we will remain unshakable, hand in hand, intact and blessed for eternity. There will always be a welcoming embrace for your prayers, and I will continue to guide your steps, speaking softly to your heart. In the groups with me, we can be in communion, requesting blessings, praying, conversing with each other, and also receiving my messages with much more intimacy and closeness. You are my greatest love. You are my divine love forever. I love you infinitely. For it is written in the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 22, "My words are life to those who find them, and health to one's whole body." This daily balm will heal your soul. However, beyond continuous comfort, there is a source of divine strength about to awaken within your fragility, a transformation of your faith that will silence all the doubts that still torment your mind. And it is precisely to this safe place that I am leading you. If you accept this invitation to daily care, leave your like as a sign that my word has found you. Subscribe to this channel of blessings so that I may be your constant and safe dwelling place. Share this spiritual gift with those who also need a heavenly remedy. Open your heart to me. What is the certainty that your soul most needs to find when you wake up every day? Seal your receipt of this promise by writing the word healed in the comments. I see the deep weariness that has taken over your mind. The invisible battles you have been fighting in secret, far from human eyes, have left your spirit exhausted. The weight of repeated disappointments has caused your once strong and confident prayer to become just a weak sigh in the cold dawn. I know when you feel your faith crumbling like dust in the wind, and that you no longer have the energy to believe in better days. But the prophet revealed in the book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 31, that those who wait on the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Your agonizing wait has not been in vain. I am blowing at this very moment a celestial wind of renewal upon your essence. Where before only pure weariness and disillusionment dwelt, my presence envelops your mind, uprooting the old roots of discouragement and planting a courage that the logic of the world cannot explain. Your current fragility is the perfect vessel to receive my divine strength. Every tear shed from pure spiritual fatigue is being transformed into an impenetrable shield of hope. However, so that this new strength never abandons you in the face of the storms yet to come, there is a covenant of companionship that we need to forge. There is an eternal truth about who walks beside you in the darkest hours, a revelation about companionship that never fails and that will forever dispel the fear of abandonment, and it is this indestructible presence that I will show you next. If you feel your strength being renewed by my divine promises, leave your like as an invisible testimony that your faith is alive. Subscribe to this sacred refuge so that your spirit continues to soar high on the wings of my power. You share this breath of spiritual life with another soul who is also about to give up from the weariness of the path. Tell me, on the silent altar of your thoughts, what is the inner battle that has most drained your energy and peace in recent weeks? Seal your true surrender and your renewal by writing the word vigorous in the comments. The echo of silence in your room has often been deafening to your soul. I feel the profound sadness that overwhelms you when you realize that even in the moments when you were surrounded by people throughout your life, your spirit continued to feel immensely misunderstood and alone. The lack of someone to listen to your outpourings without judgment caused you to lock yourself in a private world of pain, a secret place where your tears fall without human hands to wipe them away. But the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 28, verse 20, seals my absolute and eternal promise for your days. Behold, I am with you always, even to the end of the age. Your solitary journey has definitively come to an end. At this very moment, our spirits walk inseparably united. I am not a distant creator who observes you from above with indifference. I am the eternal Father who walks beside you on the plane of your routine, who listens to your most confused thoughts and tenderly welcomes your most hidden fears. When night falls and the icy sensation of emptiness tries to knock again at the door of your mind, you will feel the warmth of my presence enveloping your shoulders. Your spiritual loneliness has been crushed by my eternal love. Your life will never again be an empty monologue, for I am responding with grace to every trembling beat of your heart. However, my unwavering companionship is only the beginning of the work I am doing in your story. There is something immensely precious that life's battles and cruel words have stolen from you over the years. There is a profound tranquility, a restoration of your own worth that time and pain have tried to bury, but which I am about to gloriously bring back to the surface, bringing the true peace that your spirit yearns to feel. If the certainty of my inseparable presence warmed the coldness of your soul today, let your enjoyment be like an invisible embrace delivered directly to me. Sign up for this shelter of faith so that your spirit never again doubts that we walk side by side. Share this heavenly embrace with that friendly heart you know also cries with loneliness without anyone noticing. Tell me, at the altar of our new and profound intimacy, what has your lonely heart always wanted to whisper to someone, but now knows it can fully entrust to my care? Seal the end of your loneliness by writing the word, accompanied in the comments. The memories of lost battles and deep wounds inflicted in the past have left a trail of unease in your spirit. Feelings of worthlessness have tried to build walls around your heart, making you doubt that you are worthy of true love or a future full of peace. I know the nights you relived the offenses and rejections, letting anguish oppress your chest until dawn, feeling as if life had taken the best of you. But the Gospel of John, chapter 14, verse 27, brings my breath of absolute relief to your life. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled and do not be afraid. What the human world broke in your essence, my divine grace has already begun to perfectly rebuild. I declare today, with my authority as a father, your complete victory over all past pains that still dare to torment your thoughts. From now on, the tranquility that floods your soul will not depend on external circumstances or the approval of those who failed to see the preciousness that you are. Your value is priceless in my sacred eyes. You were created with purpose, adorned with my infinite goodness and sealed with my divine love, and no human rejection can change this sacred truth. The restoration of your peace is the firm ground I am preparing in your spirit, and upon this secure ground I am about to raise a new promise. Because all this restoration and healing that I deliver to your heart today is not the end of the story, but rather the marvelous preamble to a great revelation that will bring a completely new and eternal meaning to your coming days. If the restoration of your priceless value and the profound peace I breathed upon you today brought relief to your spirit, leave your like as a sign of your acceptance. Subscribe to this celestial beacon so that the peace you receive today remains alive and burning in every step of your journey. Share this message of victory with someone you know who desperately needs the wounds of the past to be healed. Tell me now, in the intimacy of your soul, which of your old pains does your spirit feel today has finally been calmed and overcome by my peace? Seal this victory over your past by writing the word restored in the comments. The thick veil that covered your spiritual eyes is beginning to lift. I see the spark of hope shining again in the depths of your soul, a gentle warmth that dispels the cold of long days of waiting. For a long time you believed that the future would only be a mirror of the pain you experienced in the past, that your days would be nothing more than a weary repetition of disappointments and a profound emptiness. But the Book of Lamentations, in chapter 3, verses 22 and 23, testifies to a truth that now pours over your life. The Lord's mercies are the reason we are not consumed, for His mercies never end. They are new every morning. Your new dawn has already begun to appear on the horizon of your spirit. The wounds and tears that marked your journey were not your end, but rather the sacred preparation for the new time that I begin today in your story. Each moment you silently endured the pain was forging in your heart a chalice capable of receiving the overflowing of my true and divine joy. The breath of my voice has already changed the direction of the winds that were blowing against you. But before you can walk freely on this new horizon bathed in light, there is a final seal I need to place on your heart. There is one last revelation, a phrase promised since the beginning of our encounter that will descend upon your soul right now, opening the heavens over your life once and for all. If you feel that this new dawn is already breaking in your spirit, leave your like as a sign that your eyes already contemplate my light. Subscribe to this dwelling of faith so that you can walk under this new sky every day by my side. Share this spiritual dawn with that beloved soul who still cries in the darkness. Answer me with the sincerity of one who has just awakened to a new time. What is the stifled dream that your heart now feels it can dream again? Seal the arrival of your morning by writing the word "reborn" in the comments. My beloved daughter, our sacred encounter on this journey of light has touched the deepest roots of your invisible wounds. What was once only solitude and painful silence has now transformed into the radiant altar of our eternal intimacy. Your hidden pain has finally been heard by me, and the promise of your new dawn is already emerging as an unshakable truth in your spirit. The wind of my love has swept away the ashes of your past, making room for the seed of my peace to germinate with indestructible force in your heart. As recorded by the Apostle Paul in his letter to the Philippians, chapter 4, verse 13, I want to seal your soul with the great secret that I promised to reveal from the first moment your spirit cried out for my voice. Your old weaknesses, your greatest fears, and the bitter feeling of inadequacy that haunted you are now completely dispelled by this eternal truth that I pour out like a healing balm upon your life. Receive now with pure faith the divine key that unlocks all the doors to your victory. The sacred word whispered to your spirit, the ultimate answer your heart so desperately sought while your tears fell in secret, is precisely this: I can do all things through Him who strengthens me. I ask that you write this wonderful phrase right now in the comments. Declare this truth with all your breath, as a powerful act of unwavering faith, absolute surrender, and a direct response to heaven. Type, I can do all things through Him who strengthens me, and seal forever the divine strength that now dwells within you. However, my breath of love upon your life still holds many profound mysteries and countless promises that I long to whisper in your silence. Our spiritual conversation is eternal. I invite your heart to let itself be guided by my presence and to continue our ongoing communion through the playlist on our channel, where my voice will continue to envelop your being, calming your storms and revealing the exact directions your next steps require. Remain sheltered within me, for I will always prepare a new revelation to comfort your soul. I am your invincible cure. Your heart is my favorite dwelling place. Rest in peace, for you will never walk alone again.